What's going on, everybody? My name is Gregandcin, and today is a mess. So right now we have the laptop, it's going, recording some audio. Down here, if we can focus real quick, we have basically an open air test bench. It's my case with my system, but you can see an old graphics card in there. That's actually one of these bad boys. This is an 8800 GTX. This one is an EVGA model, and the one that we have currently in the system is an MSI model. As far as I know, there was no differences between clock speed, memory speed, all that fun stuff. And right now, we are testing out some things with it because if you remember from the last video, if we can get this thing to focus, we were testing out some cooling and all that fun stuff with the PC. Right over here, we can see our GPU temps on this bad boy are 58 degrees Celsius. Now what I do know is that these EVGA card right here, this one, the thermal paste on it was absolutely like destroyed. It was crusty. The thermal pads, same deal. I don't know if you can see them. You can kind of see one right there if we can get a nice close-up. I can't focus right now, that's sad. But today we're gonna replace all the thermal pads. I did get some more thermal pads in. This is the new one in here. We also have the old one. This is a 100 by 100 by 5 millimeter, so hopefully it'll fit underneath these weirdly anemic coolers a little bit better. If you don't know anything about the 8800 GTX, it's an old card. It's about released 2005, so 12 years old at this point, and it was the second highest card in the 8000 series for NVIDIA cards. The one above it was the 8800 Ultra. These things were decently good back in the day. You could run Oblivion in high settings with one of these cards. Potentially, depends on the resolution, but nowadays these cards are absolutely useless. They are DirectX 10 cards, so no DirectX 11, no modern games, and so that's going to change your testing a little bit than how you would normally test a modern video card. So if we take a look right here, we are using 3D Mark Vantage. This is an old unsupported one, and it is DirectX 10, which is great for these cards. But right now, I really just want to see how high we can get that temperature, just to see how bad it is right now. It's hovering around 58. Sometimes it goes as low as 57. So yeah, if you can just take all those settings, I just hit the extreme button, and hopefully we don't burn this card down after running this thing for 3 times, because I think that's about as much as we'll need. We probably will need less than that, actually, considering the thermal situation of these cards. Wow, white balance, why aren't you working? So let's get started. What? Okay, so it looks like I lied a little bit, because the what was it, the extreme preset would just not run. It just crashed. It didn't do absolutely anything. So we are running performance right now. This actually should be a little bit more in line with how cards actually were back in the day, what kind of games they might have been running. We're still gonna try and do 3 loops if possible, but again, I don't think we'll need that. So let's hope for the best. Alright guys, so we just got done with some testing. Unfortunately, the graphs are going off a little farther than I'd like them to, but our max temperature was 81 degrees. Our minimum is still 57. As you can see, things are cooling down now. I don't know how much longer it'll take to get back down to its original temps. Maybe never, who knows. But GPU usage maxed out at 99%. I don't know if that's just a bug in this or something. Maybe it was some thermal throttling issues. What's going on, guys? It's Future Greg, and anything that I'm saying in the footage right now is being completely removed because I realized that some of the testing I was doing had some flawed methodologies. I was looking at the wrong numbers in Afterburner, and I also forgot that GPU clocks are pretty stable for this generation of cards. It doesn't have any of the under or overclocking that we see in newer cards that we have nowadays, and I completely forgot about that when doing my testing. So outside of GPU temperatures, almost everything else that you see in this footage throughout the rest of the video is pretty useless, but I still think it's interesting to see what my attempts at trying to help these cards actually did or didn't, for a better word. Anyways, back onto the video. I really just want to see if we can get those minimum temperatures down, though, because that just seems absurdly high to me, and I know from taking a look at this card right here, because I believe this one's dead. I believe we can bring this one back to life. The thermal paste was crusted, the thermal pads, all that fun stuff. So that's why we have this stuff right here, and we're gonna give this thing a new lease on life, maybe, and then definitely the one in the system, that one I definitely just want to clean up and make sure that thing can live for a little bit longer. What's going on, guys? So I just started up the computer after fixing all these things, plugged in the card. We got the EVGA one right here. This is the one that you saw footage of just now. Unfortunately, my phone died, so we couldn't get any shots on the MSI one down there, but that's okay. So we're just idling in Windows right now, and temps are actually looking pretty good. When I first started up the system, it went to 48, but now it's kind of heating up a little. I don't know if there's any change in ambient that was too direct. It didn't feel like anything, at least to me personally, but right now we're at least seeing 4 degrees lower than when we started last time, but when it started up, you know, a little bit more. So we're doing well right now. I'm actually really liking this. We're gonna actually start doing some more testing and see where this card maxes out at. Unfortunately, the MSI one, I had to break out my cryo rig paste P7, ran out of the tunic. I actually had to use both at the same time, which I don't recommend doing, not in the slightest. Yeah, just don't ever do that. Try and use the same thermal paste if you can. I didn't realize how low I was on the tunic stuff, but I'm glad I got rid of it. I now have a reason to get some decent thermal paste. So without further ado, let's get into some more testing. Okay, so we're back. It's a couple hours later. Ambience maybe changed by like a degree or two, so things are all steady. But this card right here, we see 55 degrees. This is actually the EVGA card. Now, this is important because I swore off that card. I thought it was legitimately dead. I'll show a screenshot real quick of the post that I made on Instagram about a year ago when I first thought it was dead. When I tried to use it on its own, power it up, nothing worked. It was legitimately just not working. It would boot to BIOS, and then once Windows hit, it just wouldn't work whatsoever. I don't know why. I think it was overheating, but seeing it now, even though it's getting up to like 57, 58 degrees, probably, because that's what the other card was hitting even before. Here's the MSI one right here. Let's get a closer look at it. I just took this thing out. It's hot, but look at that. That's a Viking. That's cool. Oh wait, no, it's FXX. Wow, I thought it was an MSI card. Don't I look dumb? Well, I spoke too soon. I recently just recorded the outro to this video where I proclaimed that the EVGA card that was dead was alive. And if you can see right there, that is artifacting, my friends. I started this up in safe mode so I could uninstall the drivers, put back my GTX 1080 in there. But yeah, this is sad. I was actually really excited. I thought I brought this card back from the dead after disappointing results from the FXX card that I have. It was in margin of error after I placed everything. Thermals were actually better though at launch, so that's a good thing. But that EVGA card in there, while it's not dead, there is a lot going on here. I actually don't know if this is a problem because of the resolution, if I started up in safe mode. Okay, so we took the EVGA card out. We started the FXX card. And we have no sort of artifacting to appear. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's the DVI adapter, the actual card itself. I don't know. All I know is this card kind of works. That card works slightly better, but probably still within margin of error. And I think I'm really done with this. Definitely good thing that I replaced all the thermal paste and everything. Got the cryo rig out, got the thermal pads, which I don't know where they're at, but I think I'm done with these cards for now. These cards have been more trouble than they're worth. They haven't given me anything. Anything. Can I just put it in here? Maybe it's better than the integrated graphics. I don't know. Whatever. But it's been a fun experiment. So, Cooler PC project kind of a bust. Maybe, just maybe we'll find something more, something different, something broken, I don't know. So, now that we're done with those cards, you know, there might be a video tomorrow, actually, over a game that I have access to earlier, and sorry, these cards just got me all kinds of messed up. If you want to see any more content like this, where I talk about horrible old video cards and try and fix things and maybe even teach you a couple things on the way, hit that subscribe button. It'll be right up there. If you like the video, hit that like button. You know what to do if you didn't. If you want to check out more of my videos, there will be one on the side that I recommend to you, another one that YouTube recommends to you. I'm so flustered that I don't even care if you check out the links down below or leave a comment telling me how stupid I am right now, because God, I just hate these as cards. My name's Gregandcin. I'm out.